Hello, I'm Steve. Thanks for visiting the Patio Heat channel, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for ideal patio comfort. Check out our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful, as it helps others find our channel. Now let's get heating. Alright, so here we have this residential application, and this is in a rather cold or cool climate at times of the year. Now this particular client had introduced a model for me, a 3D model. I just want to show it to you here. Now this model didn't import 100% correctly, so I went ahead and just redid the patio section. And I should also mention that this dimension here from outside edge to outside edge is probably plus or minus 5 inches off. I'm not quite sure of that because the true dimensions didn't come in properly. So in any case, I just want to show you that I am modeling off of what I was provided. Now they did mention that there will be some skylights up here and I think it was a 60-inch diameter fan. Also that they wanted to utilize propane LP gas, and they wanted to heat up the whole entire patio as much as possible. I did place a dining table in the middle. There's a reason I did that, just so you can see how the coverage might look, but I think they primarily are just going to have seating arrangements outside here. And then I think there was anything else. Let's just go ahead and look at the overall dimensions that I have. So I have quite a bit of different dimensions here, but here's 19.8 from outside edge to outside edge, and then 15.8 and 3/4. I have a starting height here of approximately 8 feet 11 inches, and then ending height over here of 12 feet. I think it's 8 inches there. Excuse me, 12 feet. 11 feet 5 inches. We'll call it 11 feet 6 up to the top edge over here. As you can see, 5'10" diameter fan. These are the skylights, 2 feet across, 5 feet this width here. And the fan, what I did was I placed the skylights just at the edge of this dimension here, the 6 foot, the 5'10". So right 30 inches from center here to here is the starting point of the skylights. Anything else? I just put this as a reference point, referencing the original drawing here, and turn that off. I think that's about it. Now obviously you can see a couple of Sunpak heaters. These are S25 propane models. Now you could use a S34, scratch the 25, S34 propane models. You can use a TSH, which is a 2-stage unit, hardwired, and you can see here that from this edge here, I want to say it was, from this edge here to the inside edge of the heater, I have at 3'9 3/4. Essentially what I did was I took this bracket here, and if you see here, if I move this to this edge right here, sorry about that, you can see that it is 1 foot 1 inch from that edge. So essentially 1 foot 1 inch to this side here is where I started my heater. Now these dimensions that I'm showing you right now are all true dimensions. The ones that I show out here are not, so are not 100% accurate, I should say. So I'm going to turn those off, but the one I just mentioned is 1 foot 1 inch from this edge to this edge. This heater, or this skylight, is right at the outside edge of this diameter. This is right into the center of the patio, so the dimensions should be fine with regards to their accuracy. It's just the fact that we don't know, we could be a couple inches off this direction and this direction here. Another thing is I did place everything in the center. From this point to this point is in the center of the room, and I think that's about it. Now you can see here I placed this vent up here. It is extremely important that you vent a patio cover that can capture all the exhaust gases. If you are running this unit and the exhaust gases are flowing up, it's going to fill up this whole area with superheated gases. And now these heaters are not at the elevation such that they are going to be 100% in the exhaust gases, but if you don't ventilate the exhaust somehow, this is just natural ventilation, hot gases will rise and want to go up into the highest point possible, and they'll evacuate out of a vent that's placed in the highest point possible. You can also put a rooftop vent. They make a O'Hagan vent that is what they call a cloaked vent, and it could just be placed on the roof, and then the exhaust will just flow right out of there as well. So the other thing I want to mention about these brackets that I placed, so when you angle a Sunpak heater, then the exhaust gases will flow out of one side predominantly, and because of that reason, you need to make sure that you meet the clearances to combustibles. So the lowest point on the ceiling here is that point, which is going to be 17 inches from this edge to this edge, that you need to meet the clearances 17 inches when angled at any degree, really. The manufacturer states 30 degrees. I have this at 10 degrees right now, but the exhaust is going to flow off this one side. This here, you can see that this is the OEM size bracket, 21 inches. You will need to lengthen your bracket by either purchasing some stock steel you can get at a steel supply house possibly. This is just a channel. I believe it's a 1/2 by 1 inch channel, and then you can just drill your own holes here and a hole here, but meet this height up here. So you could just use this as a pattern, the OEM one, place it on your longer steel, and then get the true dimensions and put a hole down here below once you get that true dimension. All right, see if there's anything else. We do have this door out here. I believe they stated that these are windows. I'm not quite sure if they are, and they're you're able to close these sections in, then the amount of heat that you need won't be as much. So this might be a better application than I'm thinking, but if it's open, it's still a it's not 100% coverage, and let's just go ahead and look at that now. So you can see that we're making a good coverage for most of the space. We're missing about maybe 6 inches here, 6 inches here, maybe 1.5 feet over here, and then 1.5 feet over here, maybe 2 feet, something of that nature on either side here. So if we were to want to heat the entire patio, then we would obviously have to place, more units, and I'm not quite sure that more units would be feasible here, because it just doesn't seem like it would really help out that much. So, but we would have to take these 2 units here and move them more to this location on this side here. This is approximately 2 feet, and approximately 2 feet you're getting the coverage you're looking for on the right side, but obviously we're missing here, so you'd have to put more units in on this side, and then we're going into this, really overheating the patio, number 1, and then number 2, you'd have to lower this heater to that same distance. So I'm going to go ahead and just lower that, and then that becomes another eyesore issue, I think. And also this would become a much hotter unit, so that really doesn't work in my opinion. Also, if we placed 1 unit going parallel with this span here, then again we'd have to lower that unit again because of the ceiling height over here. So my recommendation, and I think this would be a fairly decent application, is to utilize just the 2 34,000 propane outdoor patio heaters, and I think that would do just fine. This particular client can give me a call or just email us back with any additional requests or questions in regards to this, and we'll be happy to address that. All right, well, again, I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and if you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application, please send your information into designs At patioheat.com, I'm Steve, and again, please tap that like button. We do not advertise, we're not monetized, therefore YouTube does not promote our channel unless we receive your appreciation by giving us a thumbs up, and we thank you so much for that. Have an excellent day.